Welcome to today's episode. Today we will be talking about something positive, which is always a great thing. We will be talking about the World Expo in Osaka. It's actually really exciting because Iceland has a booth there, and they are going to try to be establishing more relations regarding commerce with Japan with this in this expo. So it's actually quite nice. The World Expo hasn't been held in Osaka since 1970, and now it's 2025, so it's a little long time since, but I hope they will have great success with the World Expo. But in today's episode, we will look into news articles that has been published about it here in Iceland. So let's begin. So the news article will appear here. But unfortunately, it's all in Icelandic, so I don't know how my international audience will, be able to read it, but at least my Icelandic will be able to see it and know where they can reach it. So let's begin. They want to, it says here, their source is Morgunblaðið, or the morning newspaper, and it's actually news from yesterday, and they want to grow business relations in Japan further. So, and here they say, World Expo will be open tomorrow, 13th of April, and will be going on until 13th of October. And it will go in Umeshima, and it's an island in Osaka Bay, and it's man-made, so it's really quite interesting. And then it says, Iceland is among the countries that will, participating, and Icelandbusiness, which is basically Icelandstofa, which handles Icelandic promotion, into promoting Iceland outside of Iceland. And Pétur Þórn Óskarsson, who is the chairman of Icelandstofa, says he actually is the main guy when it comes to this World Expo this year. And he actually spoke with Viðskiptamokkin, and they went to Japan last January, and they sort of looked into the situation there, and he said that everything was really good, and it was in a really positive environment. So. And he expects 28 million people visiting the show. Last it was held in Shanghai in 2010, so that's interesting. And he said he speaks really kindly of the Japanese, and he said that they put a lot of effort in it, and they want to develop more business relationship to Japan, and develop more sort of. They want to sell more to Japan. So, and then he talks about the Icelandic booth, and he said that the Scandinavian booth or the Nordic booth has been nominated for awards with the newspaper wallpaper, so it's really good. and they want to, be, kind of sjálfbærni, the kind of positive environmental aspect of it and everything. So they will send a lot of artists to the and musicians and designers, and Taste of Iceland, which is actually quite a nice shop here in downtown Reykjavik. If you are ever in downtown Reykjavik, then I would recommend to go ahead and try it out, because there you can find a lot of Icelandic merchandise and creams and food, of course. And they also got amazing chocolates there. Yeah. And yeah. So, and he says the Icelandic Day will be 29th of May, and our president will be there. So if you're in Osaka on 29th of May, so you can actually show up and yeah, meet with the president. And so yeah, but he said 27th of May there will also be another sort of happenings with Taste of Iceland in Tokyo, so it's actually quite interesting. And yeah, he also talks about some musicians gaining popularity in Japan, like Ásgeir Trausti and Rán Fliering will also be there with her book about Vigdís Finnbogadóttir. It's quite a lovely book. It's about our first female president that was elected here in 1980s, and so it's quite exciting. So it will be quite an interesting event. So let's hope everything will go well in this regard. But I will mention another news articles that has been about it, and then I will also talk about the the program itself, and the program that Icelandbusiness actually show on their website. So yeah, so that's kind of interesting. But it's really nice that Iceland is participating in that and putting an emphasis on growing more business relations in Japan. I think it's so important for both. I mean, for us, we are only like 400,000 people here, and our market is tiny. But when it comes to Icelandic export abroad, I remember when Kvarasi, the rap group, became really important, and they were actually quite big in Tokyo and in Japan, when they were, up and running. So it will be fun. Let's take a look at another article that was published in an how do you say it, on a website called Mannlíf, which actually talks about a little bit about the Japanese Prime Minister, and it's quite interesting to hear what he has to say. So let's take a look at that. So let me see. Japanese Prime Minister, he doesn't want the world to be divided. And there's Atarasi Kako. That's nice. And they were one of the opening acts of the World Expo this year. So we like that. So yeah, here it says that he said that the world is divided, and that hopefully this show will demonstrate modern technique with deep tradition, and there it is, it will be a 6 months kind of happening, and then he talks about, Lofts talks about Mars and things like that. So, and he said the demonstration area is by the seaside, and there will be people from 160 countries participating. Then it's some, let me see. He says World Expo is known for being. Then he talks about the history of the World Expo, that it happened in London in 1851, and there is. Then he talks about the history of it, and it's really interesting. And Kabuki theater and taiko drumming, and Naruhito will be there too, and so it's really interesting. Yep. Then he talks about that it was last time in 1970 in Osaka, and so it will be really interesting to see. So this year, so what I think is it's a good essence for him to talk about that. We need to sort of bring the world together where everything is sort of collided, where government are misbehaving, and kind of where people get arrested for stating their opinions online, and like that is happening here in Europe, in England, I believe, and sort of bringing the world back together, and hopefully they will be successful in uniting everyone in this World Expo. But let's take a look at what the plan is for Iceland during this expo. It's actually really, really nice. Let me see. Yeah, Samnorrænum, it basically means that, all the Nordic countries are together, like Denmark, Finland, Norway, and Sweden. And they want to emphasize, to ship more of things to Japan, and they actually want to grow the knowledge of Japan, and they also want to strengthening their connections in the Japanese market. So it's really interesting, and from 1st of May it will be mostly about new innovation and art. Then it's Nordic sort of innovation, and then something about energy and health and literature, and that's really good. In 7th and 8th of August they will be talking about peace. We need more peace in this world. And then it's just then it's just the space and video games, and then at some point they will talk about Nordic food. That's where Taste of Iceland comes in. So it will be really quite interesting. And then there's a huge advertisement for it. So, and as you can see, this is a drawing of the house, and I think it looks really good, and it will be a positive input for the Nordic countries in Japan, and hopefully this will be a great success, and everybody will be happy and everything will go well. I was actually working yesterday in my part-time job. You know, since I'm a student, I have to work part-time, usually. But yeah, and then I had a little bit of time, and I took a look at the news, and I saw this, and I was like, oh my, yay! And I'm actually really excited for the Icelandic project there, and I hope everything will go well and according to plans, and I hope that we here in Iceland will be able to get more Japanese products that we can buy. We actually can buy, you know, a lot of manga and things like that in a store called Nexus, but I will talk a little bit more about that in my Cool Japan video, which is on the way. But yeah, I just wanted to share the happy news, and I'm actually really happy with Icelandbusiness or Icelandstofa for, you know, for being among the institutions that are there, and so if you are in Osaka or traveling to Japan, I would recommend to definitely check it out, because it is really interesting, and I wish it a great success. So thank you for watching today, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.